I'm very happy to be with you today, not just because I understand that it's important for non-Russian citizens to take part in these protests, because when we do, we make it safer for the Russian citizens who have the courage to be exposing themselves and speaking the truth here. But also because I understand that this fight is a universal fight. It's not just for democracy and freedom in Russia, but in the whole world. As we are seeing, Russia is not just the attacker of Ukraine and Ukraine's sovereignty and freedom, it's attacking freedom and democracy everywhere. And it's investing heavily in degrading democracies everywhere. And this is also personal for us in Portugal, who are celebrating the 50th year of our democratic revolution, but also because we are mindful and should be mindful that the Portuguese citizen is the current Secretary General of the United Nations, who just last month attended a meeting in Russia and shook the hands and bowed to Vladimir Putin, who is the war criminal with an arrest warrant pending from the International Criminal Court. And that is a bitter betrayal of the values on which the United Nations are founded on. So as Portuguese citizens, this also concerns us. And it also concerns us because in just a few weeks, beginning of next month, another Portuguese citizen will take up the post of President of the European Council. And this is critical to make sure that our leadership in not just Portugal, but in the European Union genuinely joins this fight, not just in proclamation, but in actual support for the freedom of Ukraine and for the democratic movement in Russia. I understand this now seems very far-fetched, but I was reminded of something that I think we tend to forget when I saw an interview this week by Vladimir Kara-Murza, when he said that political change in Russia has always happened suddenly and without warning. When we look at the depth of the repression in Russia, it may seem that change is very far away, but we never know how close things are to the tipping point. And the presence of each and every one of you and of each and every one of us is a reminder that we are pushing towards that tipping point. And it may be, and it certainly should be closer than we think. I am reminded again, because it's the 50th year of our revolution, of one of the protest songs that we had in Portugal, a poem by Manuel Alegre. And he said, mesmo na noite mais triste, em tempos de servidão, há sempre alguém que resiste, há sempre alguém que diz não. You are the people, the very few people who have the courage to say no, to resist. And you should believe that you are the representatives of a vast mass of Russian people here, throughout the world, and in Russia, who are free only in their hearts and are not free to express themselves. But I should also tell you that freedom, like hope, and we talked about hope because of the loss of Navalny, and we were reminded that this week at the unveiling of the memorial, we tend to look at hope as freedom as a binary thing that we either have or we don't have. Like an organ in our body that is either working or not working. But I think freedom and hope are a muscle that we can exercise, and we can strengthen by exercising it. We are free, and we advance the cause of freedom by exercising our freedom here or wherever we are. And by joining together, by meeting each other, by coming to protests like this, we also have exercised the muscle of hope, and we build it and we share it, and that is what is going to make us be able to preserve democracy in countries such as Portugal, who have established it 50 years ago, and in countries such as Russia, who is still fighting to establish it. And it will be closer than you think, I promise you. So thank you very much for your courage and for being here. And please keep showing up. I will do the same. Thank you.